Oh, I'm evidently just going to bring Stats right on really quick. Hang on, Stats. We'll bring you right back. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome back to another Technically Speaking Live, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And as I always mention, it's 10 a.m. Thursday in the future in our Queensland, Australia office. Gonna have a banger of a show today. As you can tell, this is a tech show, and I still have yet to get it right on the intro. I'm 96 live shows deep. 96, and I've made a new error 96 times. At least 96 times. Gonna have a really interesting show today. You can refer to me as Lord Peachy, and if you've been following me on Twitter, that's actually the truth, and I'll tell you how I became a lord here very soon. Also going to talk about why people hate, evidently, me talking about money. So Lord Peachy can't talk about money. Stats hates Ascension. We're going to talk about that too. Why the Fold 2 is going to be a hot topic today. I'm really, really interested in it, and I want to get Stats' idea. Thoughts on that. There are some wild Pixel 4a deals already. The LG Wing coming out September 14th. And holy crap, already my man, my brother from another mother, El Jefe, coming through with the super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you very, very much. This is the Peachy Hair Gel Fund. It is true. 55-gallon drum. You're not far off. You're not far off at all. And so I'm going to bring in yet again another person, a brother from another mother. Stats, what's up, my brother?
Good evening, everyone. And only for tonight, my Lord Peachy.
That's right. That is right. So you shall refer to me as Lord Peachy. Now, I am going to attempt to, I really would like to do this on the fly if I could. And I'm going to try to literally do this on the fly. I don't even know how I can do this. An overlay. Can I get it? Oh, what's this? Hang on now.
Get an overlay?
Widgets or transparent web pages. Okay, let me try this. I'm literally trying to do this on the fly. There is something called establishedtitles.com. Establishedtitles.com. And I'm going to call this Lordship. And here is the widget URL. Add a widget overlay URL. Where did it go? Does anybody? Oh, there it is. So this is actually, I'm going to overlay it really quick. What I'm referring to is how you can refer to me as Lord Peachy. This is that overlay right here. I wish I could actually figure out how to make it scroll on the screen. But establishedtitles.com, you can go and buy a parcel of land right now. Okay, I got it. Can I just click got it?
Oh, there it is. I see
yeah,
it.
So it's there. So kind of, again, it's a lot of spoof. Okay, let's be real. You still are going to call me Lord Peachy, by the way.
For tonight.
No, I mean, this is what it is. I'm a parcel land owner. But the whole purpose, and you can see this right here, and see, Tech King Mike gets it. Look, he gets it right here. Oh, hang on, super chat, $5. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Saturday Night Tech Fights. Hail Lord Scott, thy house Peachy, presiding over thine Speaking Technically podcast. Very well smoking. Also spoken, my king. That is the Saturday Night Tech Fight. That's the king himself, King Mike. So my wife ended up getting this for me, but what it was really interesting about this is when you buy a plot of land, it actually contributes to the preservation and protection of a wooded area in Scotland. And they very much want you over to Andrew's right. Most of these are schemes over 1 square inch, which again, entirely fine because it's going to something like the preservation of a natural area. If you happen to be in Scotland, I will give you the exact coordinates of my 1 square foot of land that I own. And they say, please come on by. It is something that they really do love you coming by and showing your lordship over your land? See, everybody knows. Oh, hell, Lord, Lord, Lord. Good Lord. I do like this. Lord. Can I get an amen? Lord. You know I'm eating this up. You know I am eating this up. From a king to a lord, bless thy. I'm so ridiculous. And I love that we're playing into this. So now on Saturday Night Tech Fights, and I believe Saturday Night Tech Fights comes back for a battle royale this weekend. Mike, keep me honest on that. There will be a king and a lord as a host and a judge, if you'll have me, in Saturday Night Tech Fights. Look, we're getting royal up in here. We're getting royalty up in here. I almost cursed. Super close to letting it fly. We're getting royalty up in here. All right. But you can refer to me as Lord. Stats, why do you hate Ascension?
Never said
You
that word.
totally said you hated Ascension.
No, I got the text message receipts. I can go back and bring them up live on air if you want.
I said, and I quote, and like, I'll read it. I will definitely bring a smoking jacket. Next time I will. And I will wear my crown, which is actually right over there because I'm still a 2-time tag team champion. Undefeated, might I add. The receipts are, and I'll read them, like, because you hate them. You do not want, let's see, what were you angry about?
I wasn't angry about it.
You were angry.
I voiced an opinion.
Yeah, okay. You
like
said,
I'm
reading it right now, I hate Ascension.
No.
And that you felt that Elon Musk's live stream was much more authentic because you hate Ascension. I might paraphrase a little bit on that.
You might be creating stuff out of the crack of your nether regions.
I toss this knife between the crack of your head.
No, I mean, for what it was, I thought it was an interesting stunt. I could have done without all of the preamble, all of the drama for drama's sake, everything that literally happened before he stepped onto the platform. I could have done without all that because,
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Gabriel paying paying tithings to Lord Peachy doth an excellent Lord of the Peach. Us peasants cannot spell. My friend, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. His most imperial, resplendent, and undefeated majesty. I am freaking loving this right now. I am all in on look, this is genuine excitement over the fact that I gave money to a preservation, also a place in Scotland to preserve land being called a lord, and I'm loving this because evidently I'm a narcissistic a-hole. But anyway, Stats, you hate this Ascension.
Don't. But for what it was, I thought it was interesting. Like I said, I could have done without all the preamble, but once he stepped onto the platform and started to take off, I thought it was cool. It was something that held my attention for the 25 minutes he was up in the air. I could have done without the first hour and a half. So
just to catch up some of the folks, if you haven't watched, and it's okay if you haven't, one of the YouTube originals. So this was a very much filmed and shot on YouTube. David Blaine did this really wild thing. He did his best impression of the movie Up. He said he did this for his daughter. He literally grabbed a handful of balloons and flew up into the air. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. Like a lot more. He was strapped in when he first went up in the first, had to be like the first 10,000-ish feet. He didn't have a parachute on, I don't think.
He didn't. He was mechanically attached to the balloons by a harness underneath his clothes, but the parachute was strapped to the balloons itself, which, because I wasn't able to tune in right at the beginning, I didn't get the full explanation. I don't know why he decided to do that. That seemed an overly complicated step that could have gone wrong in so many different directions. But seeing as he is a performance artist and a magician, and most of his career is based on misdirection and things like that, I can see why he did it from a performance standpoint. But to me, as an aviator and person who has spent time up in the air, that was dumb AF.
Wow. So I'm laughing at Juan's comment. I'm going to step away from that one for a minute. I'm going to step back. The lording. The lording.
Do you know what Juan is referring to?
Yep, sure do.
So you've seen Braveheart then?
Yep, sure do.
Haven't seen Top Gun, but you'll watch Mel Gibson half naked in Braveheart. Okay.
I mean, it's Braveheart. It's a great movie. Significantly better. It's significantly better than Top Gun.
Top Gun is more historically accurate than Braveheart is.
I don't care. And we don't know if that's more historically accurate. Do we really know that?
Yeah, because I'm a nerd and I've spent way too much time online reading about both movies.
Okay, fair enough. But you know what? Like, I haven't even watched Top Gun, and I'm going to tell you, it's not even way up there. Like, it's not. I'm not even drawn to it. But you want to talk about a really good movie? Shawshank Redemption. That's right.
Agreed.
Shawshank Redemption better than Top Gun, and I've never even seen Top Gun.
I would agree with you on that.
There you go.
It's a great movie. Has a lot of heart to it.
I'm loving the comments today. Juan, never feel bad for this. Never feel bad for this.
This is the only. This is what makes the show good.
This is what we do on Wednesday nights. We have a list set of stuff to talk about, and we never talk about it because we always get caught up in misdirection. Can you name that movie? Misdirection. If somebody can name that movie in the comments, I'm gonna be.
Was it one of the Ace Ventura movies?
No,
or something?
No. It is a character. I know. I mean, I know what it is. Obviously, there is a certain character that does it. Like, how did you do that? And they go misdirection. I'm going to be really impressed with people who may know that. I'm going to leave that out there in the comments and see who says it. Juan likes to feel evil. Yeah. So I liked, like, you are an aviation person, which I totally understand. I liked the concept of Ascension. I watched the whole thing. At one point, I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was actually on a call with my boss. Because it was during the workday.
Yeah, I missed him actually pulling the release and dropping away from the balloons because I was on a call with my boss.
Yeah, so like I got a chance to watch everything up to it. And so there's a lot of takeaways. And you want to talk about the impact of YouTube. The impact of YouTube is, if people don't realize the impact that YouTube makes with content creators, and if they don't believe that reaching out and working with content creators is not the future, I would like to point you in the direction of who hosted Ascension today. And that would be one MKBHD. MKBHD is a YouTuber. He started on YouTube. He is arguably one of the most famous YouTubers. I mean, he ranks right up there with the Casey Neistats of the world with being recognized because he was on freaking YouTube. He hosted an event with David Blaine, a YouTube original. So if companies don't believe that they should be looking at content creators on YouTube, they are missing out. I mean, whoa. What are you doing? If they are not a part of what your marketing budget and program should be, you're missing it. There is a tremendous amount of talent that is in the YouTuber content creation environment, and they're always up and coming. So I guess my plea is, like, look, companies, if you want to send me stuff, fine. Okay, I get it. Like, I would like that, but I don't ever think that that's going to be, because I'm just some schmuck from Ohio that bought a plot of land in Scotland to be called Lord. But if you have people out there like Andrew Edwards, holy crap, that man is a wizard. Absolutely incredible with things that he does. I saw THX actually tweet specifically about El Jefe. That is incredible. El Jefe is talented, and I know that he's in the chat, but like if you were to tell me 10 years ago you're going to have the likes of like a world-class magician like a David Blaine or THX, which is really well known in the audio, reaching out to people who make content on YouTube, I would say, good, that's the step that we need to go. Now we just need other companies to go out and do that same thing too. I shall stop off my soapbox.
It's your show, your soapbox. You own the 1 square foot of ground that soapbox stands on. So, but no, I agree with you that I much preferred this type of access to David Blaine's latest creation versus a special that I either need to have a specific streaming service or I need to pay for to be able to watch him do something. So that was great. Again, middle of the workday for everybody on the East Coast, the Central Time Zone. You know,
thank you, Michael Daniels. Appreciate it. Thank you.
There, but you know, all in all, I thought it was a cool stunt to watch. Now, I'd like to try it because it looked fun as heck.
100%. I want to try that so bad.
Maybe cap it out at 17. That way you don't have to worry about FAA approval. Because as soon, like he said on the video, as soon as you go over 18,000, you're in FAA controlled airspace. But yeah, strap me to some balloons. Go ahead and put 100%. Put a parachute on my back. I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, so I would wear a parachute from the ground.
Oh yeah,
just a couple things different. Like I would wear a parachute. So
did they talk about that in the beginning before I logged on?
Like there was so much details. Like it was like
why didn't he put on the parachute?
He did not. He wanted the illusion of floating away with a bunch of balloons. Like he wanted the actual drama theater.
So it was part of the spectacle.
Yeah, it was part of the spectacle, and I thought it was phenomenal. Like I think I think he's a genuine dude. Like, I really enjoyed watching it because you could tell that he was there. Like he was in the moment. And it was really, really cool to watch. He almost got to 25,000 feet. He was at like 24,900 feet. And the guy on the ground that had been telling, and he's a world-class diver or jumper or skydiver.
Yes.
he was like, right before David pulled the cord to get down, you could hear him say, just go another 100 feet, just go another 100 feet, just go another 200 feet, just so you could say you cracked the 25,000 foot like barrier, I guess. But you could see the temperature. The temperature was a single degree, single degree. But they did a really cool, like little mini video with Will Smith's son, about how long David Blaine stayed inside a chamber, like one of those what are they called, cryo chambers. Now I have done that. I have done it twice actually. It is incredible. I love it, and I would do it again. And I would do it on the regular if it wasn't so expensive. But 3 minutes, that's pushing it. Like 3 minutes, and I was really, really cold. David Blaine did it for like 9 or 10 minutes straight.
Now, in the video that David Blaine did the cryo chamber, was he as unclothed as you were?
Yes.
When you went in the cryo
He was probably more unclothed than I was. He had no shirt on at all. Oh. He had no shirt, no hat, but he did have like footies and gloves.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't done the cryo chamber thing. I'd like to, but like you said, it's quite expensive for the period of time that you are actually doing it. So
yeah, so for like being in there 3 minutes, like I think they do a skin sample where they do the temperature. And I'll tell you about that. What was really interesting about the David Blaine part is So they did it on my arm, and my arm was like 87 degrees or something like that. And when I got out, they immediately take a reading, and it was down to like 52 degrees. So like they say that a 30-degree drop is really pretty much like perfect. Like if you get a 30-degree drop, but the one that David Blaine did, it actually reads your forehead. And he was in there so long when he stepped up to it to read his forehead, it just said low. And it wouldn't come up with the temperature. It just said low. And just like beep, beep, beep. Just that was all it did.
Warm,
yeah,
warm,
like,
warm.
like Gabriel says right here, is like he pushes himself ridiculously. And they talked a lot about like holding your breath. I want to learn that because I can't hold my breath for anything. Like I'm awful at it. But he was teaching people how to hold their breath from like a minute and a half to, in some cases, one dude went to like 440, holding his breath using the technique that David Blaine taught him. I want to learn that.
It's a version of hyperventilating to where you are hypersaturating your blood vessels and your blood supply with oxygen by breathing really, really shallowly and quickly, and trying not to let the carbon dioxide build up in your lungs.
So you know how to do like
free divers do that. I've done it before.
What?
There's a guy on. He's famous in like natural health circles. His name is Wim Hof, WIMHOF. And he lives up in like the Arctic Circle, and he runs around in t-shirt, shorts, and flip flops.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. That's that dude.
Yeah,
he's
so
crazy.
It's actually really funny. When I was watching Ascension today, there was like 3 Wim Hof suggested videos hanging out right next to it, because that's the type of breathing technique that David Blaine uses. I don't know if he ever trained with him or anything like that, but
so
I actually
amazing.
I did Wim Hof's breathing exercises for a couple of weeks before my workouts. And it is something, because there's more oxygen in your blood supply. So there's more oxygen going to your muscles. And because you're breathing in more oxygen than your brain is used to on any given day, just from you and I sitting behind a computer all day,
right?
You get like really lightheaded and euphoric, but you don't lose anything. But you're working out in this like really peaceful trance state, but it only lasts for like 10 minutes. So
I don't care. I'll just redo it every 10 minutes.
Well, look up after we're done. Look up Wim Hof's breathing exercises.
Okay, I gotta do this, like, because that sounds amazing to me.
It's about a page long of how you prep for to do it. But
I ain't reading.
You know,
somebody read it to me. The Lord says, "You shall read to me."
who signed up to be your bard? That was
Gabriel.
That was Gabriel. Mm-hmm. He'll read it to you.
Perfect. Oh gosh, you know what? I made a video yesterday, and I actually
I actually watched it this time. I watched it this morning.
I'm shocked, but evidently only like 300 other people also watched, and it's because it was immediately buried in Samsung Night comments. And I did this, and I don't know if he's still in the chat, but if he is, great. I did this because like I was going back and forth with Tech King Mike about the Fold 2, and I was like, but you can get so much more for the 2000. And then all of a sudden it was literally like 8:15 at night. I never record I never like edit content that late. Nothing like that. I got like, it immediately hit me like, I'm going to make this video and I need to know like what's my angle. So I decided to like take the angle of, well, what can you actually get for $2,000? Because a lot of the circles and people that I talk to on Twitter talk about either wanting to be a content creator or being a content creator. You know, they like Apple products. They live in the Apple ecosystem. So I took it from the point of view of, okay, well, if I wanted to be like fully in the Apple ecosystem, what's that going to cost me? Or if I wanted to make in like a YouTube content creator, kind of like a high-end, really good, like excellent starter pack, could I do that for less than the cost of the phone? Yeah. And so that was really what spawned the very first like take that I made on this video. So real quick, I'm with Brett on this one. I also want to be Iron Man. I don't get sick on roller coasters, but I get motion sickness in cars. So I wonder if it's the same situation if I were Iron Man. I don't know the answer.
I think it's just at that point it's an inner ear thing, and you've just got to acclimate yourself to it. Just like David Blaine's breathing exercises and his ability to hypersaturate his blood or hold his breath for multiple minutes. It's just practice. You just got to get used to it.
All right. So when I become Iron Man, Lord Iron Man Peachy, Big Papa Iron Man Lord Peachy. I'll work on the name. I will figure out how to make sure that I don't get sick in the Iron Man suit, because that would suck.
Just call Pixar and see if you can have the leftover Big Hero 6 armor.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. And wait a minute, did you just like casually throw a fat joke?
I might have.
Did you just like casually say like, well, hey, chubby,
you have really a Big Hero 6 tattoo? I don't want to hear it.
I do, but still, like, it hit me for a second, like, oh, that would be dope. Wait a minute. Did you just casually go, hey, Tubbo, you need...
No. You have an affinity for that character? You put him on your body?
I love
so
Baymax.
Might as well use his armor.
I do have a Baymax tattoo. Baymax holding a magic wand with a Gryffindor scarf, to be exact.
All the fandoms.
I'm mixing all of them together. Anyway, so I made this video last night, really, really late. I'm actually pretty happy with how the first minute came out. The first minute I felt really good. I actually filmed it right here. I put one shot was here, and then I moved the switch pod over here and took those two shots, and those came together really nice. And I loved making the opinion piece. But boy, do people on YouTube, the commenters especially, boy, do they hate when somebody goes, you really should think about how you spend your money. Somebody actually called me dad. They're like, thanks for the economic lesson, dad. And so that tells me a couple things. One, y'all need to work better with your money. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, so let's take that for what it is. I'm the one that spends the most in the house. Sorry. And then two, that tells me that you agree with me in your mind, but you don't want to admit it. So your self-awareness and you wanting to be like, yeah, I mean, he's right. You don't want to come clean with that. You know the truth. Look at me. Your Lord is speaking here. The Lord Peachy of speaking technically's plot of land in Aberdeenshire. I don't even know if that's what it is. Scotland, I'm pretty sure it is telling you, just think about what the 2000 could get you. And I talked a lot about it. You can get literally an iPad Pro with a trackpad and a pencil and the Magic Keyboard and an iPhone XR. Literally two great Apple products, four great Apple products, but two big ones. Less than what you pay for with the Z Fold 2. And I am not saying that the Z Fold 2 is bad. Quite the opposite, actually. 12 gigs of RAM, 865, 5G, 256 of storage. The fact that it folds, it looks beautiful. The outside screen is much better on this version than it was on the first version. And a huge battery. Okay, that's hard to argue with. That really is. Except it's $2,000.
And the thing that was kind of, now granted, I was still half asleep this morning after I finished the video and was reading through the comments, but nobody in the comments wanted to recognize that you weren't telling people not to buy the phone.
No, I wasn't.
You were just giving them examples as if they had any doubt in their mind about buying the phone.
Yeah.
What else they could get for that money.
Yeah, and I think Preston's right here. It's people get mad when you have a hot take. I didn't even think my take was really that hot, to be honest. I just thought it was kind of an obvious one. Now, I'm seeing other YouTubers make comments how $2,000 is actually a discount for how much you get in the device. CNET actually came out. I think CNET actually came out and said something very similar, you get a lot for $2,000. I don't know how true that really is. And like, I start to ask, like, why can't, so if somebody says that the Surface Duo is a niche device, isn't the Fold 2 also a niche device? Like, and Juan said it best here. Those fanboy comments, I need you to be wrong for some reason. You're 100% right. That's a lot what it is like, I get the comment of, wow, this video is really stupid. Why did you even make it? Bro, do you even know YouTube? Like, I want to look at some of these people like, you guys don't know how YouTube works then. Like, this is what we do a lot of the time is like, that video is almost at a 10% CTR, which means my title and my thumbnail gotcha. Look, I just YouTubed you, bro. I just YouTubed you. So, and that for me is like, I guess I'm doing it right. And so for me, I'm glad that I guess I pulled that off to the point where I was like, okay, somebody was really interested in that. But like you said, like, I'm not telling you not to get it. All I'm telling you is look at some of this other stuff that you could get if you're thinking about these other things. Somebody in the comments actually said, they're like, look, I'm far more interested in the device than I am keeping the $2,000. Cool. I actually responded with nice. And I meant it. Like, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Like, nice. Like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, no, cool. You're far more interested in it. It is a super innovative thing. I'm excited to see where foldables are going to go. I really do believe, and I said I was wrong months ago. I think foldables have a legit place. I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. I'm not excited about a $2,000 price tag. I'm just not. So,
yeah. Although I'm reading the CNET article, the $2,000 version is not the most expensive one.
That's the base, but really it's not base.
Yeah, there is a premium Tom Brown model.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Go ahead.
If we have any,
go ahead and throw that on them.
Sartorial folks out in the comments who know who Tom Brown is. He's a clothing designer.
Oh, okay.
But it will cost $3,300 US.
Yeah.
But
you get a lot.
You get a $400 Galaxy Watch 3. You get a $170 pair of Galaxy Buds Live and other accessories. But still, $3,300 for a phone. Yeah, not worth it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
For some people, sure, why not?
I'm interested on what you mean, Juan, when you say it's getting more and more obvious. It's okay to ride the hype train for some, but not others. I'm interested in what you mean. I'm going to assume that was probably in response to my Duo versus Fold. Like, it seems to be the same thing in riding that hype train. I'm going to guess it's related to that, but I want to make sure that I understand that right before I open my big mouth. And that's my thing is like, this felt like, honestly, I normally stay away from the Samsung nights, and I don't make Samsung content. I'm just not a Samsung channel. I'm predominantly, Apple, Google, that type of thing. But I got to be honest, like, I really enjoy seeing what Samsung is putting out. But boy, when you do not agree, those nights come out, and the nights shall not preside over me, Lord Peachy, of thine speaking technically 1% studio castle. Alex, I had to ask the same question. I didn't know who he was. Stats knows he wears fancy clothes. Evidently, he's a clothing designer. I wear sweatshirts. Yeah, and see, your editorial got a bunch of people angry, but then immediately the tech community all jumped into the hype on the Fold. And see, that for me is like, I am so excited about the Duo. Like, I know Juan and I know you and I are pretty much the same when it comes to the Duo. I'm very, very excited about the Duo and seeing what that thing does. People are picking them up in AT&Ts and things of that nature. I don't put a whole lot of stock in that, because when you go to an AT&T or a Best Buy or something else, something like that, they have demo modes, and sometimes the demo modes just cripple devices, and it makes it look like it's so bad, when in all actuality it's not. But I'm also seeing some people say, nah, it's actually really snappy. You double tap Once you have the device set up, you can double tap, or not double tap, but tap where you have two apps. It pops up on two windows. I am freaking excited about that. Like, I'm genuinely looking forward to the Duo. I do believe the Duo has maybe some shortcomings on what happens if I have the device closed and I get a call. Do I have to flip it open? Like, I think you just got to work through the steps of dealing with that once the device is in hand. But like, I'm genuinely excited about that. So,
yeah, PC Mag has an article came out yesterday where they are doing first impression comparison of the two based on bottom line specs. They don't have both of them in their hands yet, though.
But but here's the thing, and it's okay, Miss Kathleen. Welcome anyway. You can refer to me as Lord Peachy, and then I'll hit you up on Duo after the fact to tell you why that's a thing. But comparing specs, Samsung is known for putting great hardware in the devices. There is no question about that. But I've seen a lot of other YouTubers talk about how the experience from a software overall, people are picking the 4A back up in some instances. It's not to take away anything from the notes or anything like that. They just enjoy the experience. That's why you can't just lay two devices side by side and go, well, this one has a 765 chip and this one has an 865. So clearly the 865 wins. That's not necessarily going to be the case. And we're in a software game now. We're in the end game, the software end game. And that's really where we are. You can do a lot with hardware that's not the top of the line. You want to know who's done really good at that in history? Apple.
Let me guess.
Yeah, Apple doesn't. For the longest time, they didn't put a whole lot of RAM in their devices, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to cripple their devices. They're going to be so slow." They're really not. They're really not. They optimize the entire experience. You can optimize that experience with some lesser hardware, and you're seeing that in things like the iPhone SE. The thing sells like hotcakes. Doesn't have the best specs. Has very old specs in some instances too. So, yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yep. Juan, all over it, my friend. I'm trying to add it to this. What? There we go. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. Yep. That's right, Kathleen Lord. Mm-hmm. Bought land in Scotland. True story. True story. You know how much land in Scotland? About that much.
Square foot.
About that much. Gotcha. Scotland. Lord. Is it Laird? 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 I'm looking at you, Stats.
I think yes, that is an alternate spelling from it, but you've got to be able to pronounce it with a Scottish accent.
I can't. Really, I don't know how to do that.
To really get it come across. So, God, I hope that's decaf.
It is. It is very much decaf. I actually made it myself. I made it my normal way, and then just put a whole bunch of ice in it.
Okay.
I drink decaf for the most part, except in my iced coffees. I didn't go to the farmer's market today, though.
Yeah, neither did I.
Oh, speaking of foldables, flippables, and all that jazz, have you seen the LG Wing?
I have seen it. I still don't understand it.
What do you mean you don't understand it?
I mean, the Surface Duo and the Z Fold 2 I get because they open up like a book. You can rotate the screen. You're basically, I understand that. I understand mechanically how it works. I just don't understand why.
Why not?
That's a perfectly reasonable answer.
Like, here's my thing. The reason why I think that's dope, because I can do the twisty thing. So I can watch, like, and you know me, I'm really bad about this. I will watch a YouTube video like this.
Yeah, the top third.
Yeah, the top third. I won't, even though I should flip it. I'm like a heathen.
That's how I watched your Samsung video this morning.
I'm like a heathen. Like, I'll do that, and I won't even flip it. Where that's not even hard. You see how easy that was? It was literally, done. Could have easily flipped and watched the content horizontally, hamburger style, like I like to say. But I do this hot dog.
Are they going for a mobility thing to where you can have a smaller grip and then the full screen across the top? Is that the design premise then?
So the way I'm looking at it is like I could use the horizontal, the hamburger, and watch a full screen YouTube, and then still have something below it to where I could
still be able to hold it,
hold it, text, do all that jazz.
Now, what would be really interesting is if you could, say on a live stream, be watching the full screen and then still have a virtual keyboard to type on the bottom.
That's true.
That's okay. That I could see.
That is what I'm envisioning it to be. You could also do arguably the same content. So for you, it won't work in your the vehicle, your Honda. It won't work in your Honda, but it would probably work in the truck. Is if you had like a phone clip where you clip it like this, you could effectively just flip open and have the full keyboard and the navigation be like that. Yeah. Like I think that's cool too. Juan brings up a really good point. Is like, love the idea of the dual display. It's going to be the mechanics of the hinge. They gotta get the hinge right. I think it's a really cool concept. It's almost made for a person like a heathen like myself that watches YouTube content on that upper third, but really they shouldn't. So I should just flip open the thing and then, type and do whatever and watch it in the full screen. I'm really excited to see how they push this from a usability perspective. Because they said they'll focus solely on new usability that's discovered with innovative designs.
And like we talked about last week, I'm all for pushing the design envelope and the specs forward as an entire, genre is the wrong word, but my mind's blanking right now, as an entire industry. But again, I still don't understand exactly how the two screens are going to fit into each other and how that's going to work when it's bouncing around in my pocket or in my gym bag.
That's the question that, like Juan had mentioned, I'm nervous about the hinge. What is that mechanism going to look like? If they can do that right, I'm genuinely interested. I have no idea how you would put a case on that. I have no clue how you would put a case on that.
It's probably only the back half, the half that stays vertical.
Which I guess. I guess that it's a sliding mechanism, is what they said. I'm genuinely, I'm excited, and they did like the hilarious move where they're trying to like undercut. I think it's undercut Samsung because it's a 10 a.m. September 14th. So it's not very long. So what is that, like 12 days from now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 12 days from now. I don't want to, and see, this is what it reminded me of. I know, it reminded me of a Sidekick, and I wanted one of those so bad. So bad. I never, ever got one, but I wanted one. I just thought the concept of the Sidekick was so freaking awesome. Nostalgia for me would be awesome. And Tech for You News say it's a clip-on case. I'm excited about what the dual screen LG swiveling wing is, and that's coming out September 14th, or at least announced September 14th. So I'm interested. I'm not going to deny that. I'm going to take a drink because I'm parched. Stats, usually that's where the other person would then take lead a little bit.
This is your show. I'm just
my
the
God.
Producer.
Oh my. Oh. Mike has come through. The king comes through and speaks the truth. We have 16 in here. He's side-eyeing 5 of you for disrespecting the Lord. The Lord.
Well, at least one of the people watching is my parents, and I can guarantee you they don't know how to give a thumbs up to a video. So
that's all right.
I can't like it twice. So
I haven't liked it at all. I don't even like my own stuff. And if you ask the 335 people that watched my fold video, they didn't like it either. Oh boy, what else do I want to talk about? Where's my list over here? Oh, Pixel 4 deals already. So I had a chance to go on to Michael Daniels' live show, which is just a phenomenal show, Tinkering with Tech. Love it. They have the best, like one of the best communities other than this one, obviously. Love it. But they asked a lot of questions about the Pixel 4a. So I happened to be Googling around and and found that we're already on the Pixel 4 deals bandwagon. So according to 9to5toys.com, which is actually just off right off of 9to5 Google, Visible, which is a cell phone provider, is offering a $100 MasterCard gift card with a purchase for $360. So for $10 more than what you get it at Google, you sign up for service at checkout and it gives you $90 in savings, and it's a prepaid offer. Other retailers, Best Buy is taking $50 off, and you can get the 4A for $299 when you activate it the same day. That is bananas.
It really is.
To get the 4A for less than $300, that is crazy to me. Spigen, you can pick up cases for $12. I mean, if you wanted to, if you're looking for something different, you can pick up a OnePlus 7T. I actually did a review on that. It's a phenomenal device. I wouldn't pick it over the 4A personally, but hey, it is what it is. But you can get, I cannot get that. You can walk into a Best Buy right now and get a 4A for $300. That's a crazy deal in the 4A. And I'm genuinely...
Which carriers does Best Buy work with?
All of them.
I wonder, would I be able to do that since I have Google Fi?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, like...
Interesting.
You don't have to... Like, when you walk to Best Buy, you don't have to do any of that stuff. Like, yours might be different because you can't activate on T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, or Verizon. So, like, I would be interested to know how they would handle. I got to assume Fi would have a good deal, right? Google Fi.
I haven't checked it.
Well, hang on.
Mostly because I'm still using your
lazy.
Pixel 3 XL for free.
Lazy.
That too.
You can get unlimited. Wow, geez. I need to think about getting this for my dad. I don't know. I should probably get Google Fi for my dad. You can get it's $350 with Google Fi. So, geez, you can get a Moto G Power. I don't know what that is for $99 on Google Fi. Jeez, that's crazy. Now that Saturday Night Tech Fights King Mike is back in. King Mike, please let me know. Are we having a battle royale this weekend? If so, is Lord Peachy residing over as one of the judges? I would like to know. I would love to know. Let me see. Is that Duncan? Did you get the Charlie? I have no idea what the Charlie is. I like none at all.
The answer to your question, whoever asked it, is no. He made it himself. He just stole the cup from Duncan.
Didn't steal the cup from Duncan. So, like, I'm a huge Duncan drinker at home. We only have like 2 or 3 Duncans in the city. I just got a weird text. Hang on a minute. Oh. Hi. To the person that texted me, yep, can't wait. That's going to be fun. We'll talk. King, I understand. When thine Saturday Night Tech Fights happens again, Lord Peachy would love to preside. Good Lord.
Lord Peachy with a Southern preacher's accent.
Oh my God, the best. I love it. Lord. You know, hey, in high school, I was known as Preacher Peach. True story.
You were known as a lot of things in high school.
I was just a true story. The folks that know me from high school, Stats is not one of them. I wrote a sports editorial. I'm a huge sports nut, just a fanatic of sports. I wrote a sports editorial. I lost a lot of friends my senior year because I wrote about the football team, because the football team was trash. And I'll stand by it to this very day. They were garbage, just hot dumpster fire of terrible. And I wrote for the school newspaper, because we still had those back then. And I wrote an editorial how the team was basically going through the motions like a bunch of drunks from the movie Varsity Blues. And it got published. And some of the football coaches, by the way, they were teachers, said, why don't you come to one of our practices and we'll put you through the paces about how that's really disrespectful that you said those things. Look, I got to be honest with you. I didn't think they were going to publish it. Like, so several decades after I graduated high school, I didn't think they were going to publish it. I thought they were going to read it. They didn't read it. They just published it. I stand by my words because I'm not wrong, but I lost a lot of friends that day. And some of the teachers really got in trouble because they actually started to go at me. And I was just a kid. Like, I was a dumb kid. Like, I was 17 years old. There's a lot of dumb 17-year-olds. So that's how I got the nickname Preacher Peach, because I had an editorial and I preached the truth. True story, a little backstory into my history. You're welcome, internet. So crazy. Such a crazy life we live. Stats. What else do we got? We got anything else? We got 19 people in here. I love where this is going.
Yeah.
Why do you hate David Blaine?
I don't. I actually like his magician stuff. I just, like I said, for the fourth time tonight, it isn't. If I was executive producing that content today, I would have done it a little bit differently. That's all.
Okay. I mean, that's you're a guy that likes to just get straight down to it. Like, just look, let him go up in the balloon. Let him go up the balloon. Let him jump. You don't like the pomp and circumstance ahead of time.
I think the pomp and circumstance had its point because he obviously wanted to get that across.
And to pay the bills.
YouTube was sponsoring it, they wanted all the clicks and the ad revenue.
Yeah, you got to pay the bills.
What I would have liked, which we see with a lot of live streams, is a lot of times you end up annoying the viewers because you don't actually go live when you say you're going to, either through technical difficulties or other things that are outside of your control. But as you've seen with comments on your videos, the viewers don't care. They want the content and they want it now. So if I was directing that on behalf of YouTube, I would have created 2 streams. One from the very beginning, from the minute he woke up, including what he had for breakfast and everything else. And then one stream started literally the second he stepped up on the platform for people who didn't have the interest or the time to watch the entire thing.
I could not disagree more. That was the first time I think I've sat, and you know this, like when Greg was still here, talked about how you cannot keep my interest really for long periods of time. Like, I'm barely interested in the show that I'm currently on for an hour at a time, to be fully transparent. But the idea, like, I was over here just surfing, letting you talk. I wasn't really paying attention to you. But like, my point is like, for that entire time, how they chunked up the segment, I was so drawn into what they were doing from a variety of reasons. Like, from the meteorological point of view, they timed it up right. But I think I was also drawn because, I'll be honest, as a YouTuber or content creator, I really wanted to see what Marquez would do. Like, I wanted to see how he was going to handle live situations where, I mean, he wasn't a fish out of water or a fish out of a pond or wherever the hell the fish go. He held his own. And so from one content creator to seeing what he does on camera, I was genuinely interested on, well, how's he going to segue from one segment to the other? How's he going to pitch it? And then when they actually were like, we got to go now, you thought that was a lie. I think that was real.
Which part?
Remember when they, like, one point David was talking to MKBHD and one of the guys, I think the balloon guy, the older white guy, was like, oh no, the meteorologist came up and look, we got good winds right now. You got to get going in 5 minutes.
No, I missed that part. I was on a call.
Yeah, so you had said something like, this is all drama theater, something along the lines of it being drama theater.
I said that at the beginning when they were still in the hangar, triple and quadruple and everything little check, because I know from a planning standpoint, they had to have those conversations yesterday and last week.
Oh, I'm sure that they did.
Before. So again, for me, because I wasn't able to tune in at the very beginning and I didn't hear the whole thing and I didn't get engaged with Marquez throughout the entire segmentation of it, I was more interested in the actual flying piece.
Okay, that's fair.
So everything else was fine. It was interesting, I'm sure, to people who were interested in that from a technical standpoint on how they were doing it, from a sound and a camera and all of that, trying to capture the atmosphere and everything. But I was most interested when his feet left the ground.
I see. Like for me, I wanted to know everything before that. Like
Right.
I wanted to watch when his feet left the ground too, but I was so drawn into like why would you want to do this? Like go up in a plane, go climb Everest. Like if you want to be able to breathe in Everest and somewhere cold, go do that. You know what I mean? Like tons of people have done that. Unfortunately, it's become not as cool as it used to be. I always wanted to climb Everest, but I also know that I can't do it because I'm a chubby white kid from Ohio. But the idea is like, I love the idea of floating away in a bunch of balloons and then being like, you know what? Bye. And then cut rope, watch it all come down. Like he wasn't in free fall very long. It didn't feel long.
Oh no, it was probably less than 2 minutes. You know,
like what does that feel like? You've done it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've jumped twice. It doesn't really feel like anything because, at least in my recollection, because it's actually quite loud with all of the wind rushing past you. And
well, you are free falling to the earth.
Right. I was with a tandem because, you know, I had no experience the 2 times I jumped. Mm-hmm. So I had another human being strapped to my back. So I was aware of that sensation. I was aware of the wind.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Brett. Right. Oh my God, I love you, sir. I love you. Thank you so much. That is crazy. I can't. Now cannot believe that you did that. Oh my God.
$2,050.
Thank you for buying the Z Fold 2. I appreciate that. My super chats appreciate you. Didn't have to do that, dude. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. This has probably been one of the most fun live shows I've had in a really long time. We've got a lot of people in the chat. Absolutely love it. This is so much fun to watch. We talk about a lot of different things. I know I cut you off, Stats. I'm sorry, but I mean, you just, I'm gonna throw that back up on the screen too, man. Just earn this because I bought a Samsung Z Fold. Woot woot! You're gonna love it. It's a beautiful device. I'm not saying don't buy it. See, there you go. See, look, that was a genuine thing. And I guess my thing, look, Miss Kathleen's in on it too. No, you did not. Oh gosh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So sorry, Stats. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
All I will say is if you have any desire at all, you need to jump at least once because it is an experience that you can't fully describe it unless you're talking to someone else who has done it.
I want to do it so bad. It seems to me like did you have to carry the person on your back or do you walk together?
No, you get in the plane separately, and then I'm wearing a harness. My instructor, my jump partner was wearing a harness, and they have the parachutes on their back. And then you attach with 6 clip points, 2 at your shoulders, 2 mid-chest, and 2 at your waist. So I was basically wearing my instructor like a turtle shell as we exited the plane. But the only time we were attached was the last 30 seconds before we left the plane.
Do you land feet up, or did you land and he landed on you like a hamburger?
No, because both times he was controlling the chute, and we were able to come in at an appropriate angle. The first time, it was actually quite funny. The first time the plane was going the wrong direction when they turned the light on, the green light. So we were actually heading away from the drop field. So we ended up in a cow pasture. Luckily, we were on the opposite end of the field from where the bull was.
There's that.
So we were able to gather up the parachute pretty quickly and hop back over the fence and get a ride back to the drop zone for our second drop. But the second time, we were heading the right direction. The winds played nicely, and we came in for a nice smooth. The way they wanted us to do it is you come in, you kind of let your heels touch, and then you just lean back and you land on your butt and you kind of slide across the grass. But we came in within a couple of meters of the actual drop zone.
How many jumps do you have to do before you can jump by yourself?
I think it's around 30. You should actually talk to Grant, South African Grant, because I think he got pretty close to actually getting his solo license. I don't know if he ever finished it, but
I think that would be so fun.
Yeah.
I still can't get over this. I still can't even get over this. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. My gosh. Man, this community is so great. I love this community. Oh, gosh. Lord Peachy presiding. All right, Stats, tell them where you can find you.
I am, as always, at Helix Heinlein on the tweet machine. And once again, for another week, I am still on Instagram at Country Smith.
All right, you can find me on the tweet machine at Scott Peachy or on Instagram, where I have not been for several weeks, but I always lurk. Always watching. At the Scott Peachy on Instagram. Stats, thanks for coming. Everybody in the comments, thank you all so much. Seriously, you guys are the best part of Wednesday evenings, other than my wife and kids. I have to say that. It's kind of a thing, right? All right, y'all. Be good or be good at it. We'll see you same time next week. See you then. Bye.